is from the WSIC Weather Center.
I want to see the kind of industries that are opening up.
This is Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone, where your business matters. Local Biz Now.
You have to determine what is working, what isn't working.
Joe Vagnone is a respected business broker, helping individuals buy and sell businesses. Joe has successfully owned and operated many companies in a variety of industries. This is Local Biz Now, because your business matters.
And this is Local Biz Now. You are listening to the #1 talk business show in all of North Carolina. We're coming to you live from our brand new Burner Cigar Studio, home of the finest premium cigars and cigar smokers in the world. Great people, premium cigars. Life is good at Burner Cigars, located in Birkdale Village. It is a spectacular time to go get something special for the special person in your life. They would love a tasty, delicious cigar. Go to Burners. We'll talk a little bit more about that later on today. I hope that we will inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do at News Talk WSIC. This is 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, 1400 AM. I am Joe Vagnone, and you are listening to Local Biz Now, where your business matters. And I am here every December. Most of you that are fond listeners of the show know that Julie brings in the best of the best. Today we got half the best and Patrick. And so let me start with the best. She is #1 for a reason. We call her #1, Julie and I do, because she is #1 in our hearts. It is Sherre DeMao. She is the master, the maestro. The name of her company is BizGrowth, Inc. She has been in and around the show. She is the only person that has hosted this show without me. That shows you how much I have a love and affection for her. Sherre, remind people exactly what is BizGrowth, Inc.
What BizGrowth Inc. is all about getting a business to the next level, or getting them to their next idea if they need to disrupt a little to be preferred. We're all about, we believe that every aspect of a business can build value. And so we focus on value building aspects. And that's why you love what I do, right,
Yeah,
Joe?
very much so.
Because, you're helping sell businesses.
Yes.
We're helping them make them valuable. So everything from corporate culture to leadership succession to proprietary holdings to, the list goes on and on. You know what's important. And really, for us, we want to help businesses understand that even beyond that entrepreneur, that business can continue to thrive beyond them. And one of the things that really stood out to me about 10 years ago was a statistic in the S&P 500 that the average age of a company in the S&P 500 was 15 years old, and in 1957 it was 75 years old.
Yeah.
So what that told me was we had a disposable business society, and that's a real problem. And so really got involved in longevity in business, endurance in business, what it takes to have a company that's so valuable. They don't want to dissect it if it's bought. They want to see where they can take it to the next level. And so that has become my huge, our company's huge focus. Let's make your business so valuable that even when you're not running it anymore, man, it's something you can be proud of, because it is rocking and rolling.
So one of the things people know me about you, that I say this often, is you've recreated yourself many times. I go on your website, and your website says that you've been doing this for about 30 years.
Oh, almost
I hate
40.
to tell you, I was going to say, I hate
Next
to
year
tell
will
you.
be 40 years in
yeah,
business.
because
Yes.
I met you 30 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, but here's the thing. I think one thing that has made us very unique is that we specialize in entrepreneurs, and we're entrepreneurial ourselves. So we are always looking for what is the next best thing that entrepreneurs need to know or need to be doing. And then if we can't find it, we create it. So we practice what we preach. We practice what we preach.
And the next thing is that I've learned over the years with you is you don't do it, say it until you prove it. And that's an important point here.
And
so when I say
actually validate it, because anyone in market research knows, and anyone in politics knows, you can prove anything you want. It's just a matter of how you ask the question and how you skew the answers. For us, it's about validation. We want to validate. So we're willing to be wrong in order to be right, if that makes any sense at all.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. I appreciate you being here, as always. Now, let me introduce. Let me just apologize in advance, Sherre. I'm going to introduce a man that knows nothing, is nothing, sees nothing, does nothing, makes nothing.
But he knows how to hang around with the right people.
Sherre, everybody wants to be Patrick Reynolds. I don't understand it. Last time he was on the show, I called him the Kardashian of Lake Norman because I don't know what it is, but he's everywhere. And you proved it to me. You had a big party. You two had never met. You had a big party. You walked.
And one of my clients brought him there. Yeah.
You know, everybody wants to be. I don't understand it.
Well, we've discussed me being the Madonna of the small business, so I don't know. Maybe I'm in good company here. I don't know.
Mr. Kardashian of Lake Norman, I don't know how you did it, or even how you got in the room today. You understand? Danny Decker, one of my favorite marketing people, got COVID. Then Jim Vogel, one of my favorite small business people, got COVID. And then you got the phone call. And here you are sitting with the privilege to be here with number one.
Three's a charm.
That's the story of your life. Always there at the right place at the right time with the wrong guy.
Well, you know what the real secret to it all is being at the right place all the time.
Do you think that Decker and Vogel getting sick was just coincidence?
Are you from New Jersey or New York?
Hey, what are you going to do about it? You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't want to know that, I know that the month of December is your highlight co-host. You take the co-host from the year. So I needed to knock a couple guys. I needed a few guys to get sick before I could step forward and show up.
Julie just said stop picking on Patrick, but I can't help it because I don't know how you get here.
That's why I'm here.
I don't know how you get here. I don't know how you do what you do. I have no idea.
I know why he's here, so somebody else gets picked on besides you.
I do like that. That's for sure.
I think I picked up on a coincidental point that you may surprise you, Joe, of the people in the studio.
Do I want to hear this?
Yeah, this could be cool. I think Sherre will want to hear this too.
Okay.
You said during her introduction that she was the only person to host Local Biz Now without you.
Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Oh, I did get...
I also have hosted Local Biz Now without you, and I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting. Maybe nobody else does. That your two co-hosts today are the two people in 10 years that have hosted Local Biz Now because you weren't here. My first co-host, I'll give Sherre a little review and the listeners as well.
That's right.
Month of November, I was the co-host.
Yeah.
Week one. We've been waiting for years for Joe and I to put this together for me to co-host the show. Waiting years. Week one, he calls me day of, same as today. I'm sick. I can't make it. He goes, would you mind hosting it? No problem. I'll host it with you. I forgot. Solo.
I got that in my mind. That's how sick I was.
Yeah.
He forgot. He's suffering from amnesia.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It was a Patrick Kardashian show.
Awesome.
Then we co-hosted the other 3 weeks, and I knew December was like the all-star, so to speak.
It is.
And I said, I gotta take care of Decker and Vogel, and we'll get myself.
You did it successfully.
Yeah, not bad.
So let's go to break. When we come back, Sherre DeMao and Patrick Reynolds are here. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna start the show by me asking them a couple of personal Christmas questions.
Ooh, yeah.
If it's WSIC, say it. Say it. Say it.
Your business matters.
Yeah, we're going to be right back. It's going to be a spectacular show with random Christmas questions.
Say that 5 times fast.
You're gonna go first, Patrick.
Coal. That's the answer. Coal.
We'll be right back.
Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone will return after this short break on the new 105.9 100.7
Made our first break.
WSIC. Here is your WSIC
First
community calendar.
I hosted week
Already
one.
thinking
Our
about
second
what
week,
you're gonna
we
do
finally
in the new
co-hosted
year?
together. We
Several
talk.
performances
So
scheduled at
breaks are
Kane
hard.
Center for
They're
the
going.
Arts are already.
Oh, sure.
We just 3, 2, 1.
I forgot that he was.
Well, because you're only counting the next week on, you just totally disregarded him.
well, not only
No,
that,
I'm
but
just teasing you.
I've known him for years.
Sure.
I met him on the radio.
We're good.
For burners? Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. Okay. Like you didn't last time? Okay.
Well, and just point of order, we were discussing him missing the hard break back in November when we talked. So you got
Julie
ammunition
keeps
back
picking
too.
on me on Facebook. I keep missing those hard breaks anyway. So whenever I got a chance to stick it to Wilton, I do that. You understand?
I thought that was my role. I think me and Bill have similar roles for this adventure. So Christmas questions.
So just so you guys know, next year, big deal, big deal, big deal. The me and the owner and some of the other co-hosts got together and, hey, Wilton, how many billboards is that we're rotating? 8? 7? How do you know 7?
I am Patrick
How's he know
Kardashian.
this? How's he know more than you, Wilton? Okay.
Patrick Kardashian.
7 or 8 billboards.
Nice.
So
okay.
whenever we do the whole co-hosting thing, they're going to be on the billboard,
That's
who they
so
are, that
nice.
sort of stuff.
That's very cool.
And it's going to be rotating around Lake Norman and that
Very
sort of
cool.
stuff. Anyways, so I'm sure your big ugly face. I'm not putting your face on the billboard. Wilton, you make sure Patrick don't get on any billboard at any time.
Here, that picture of me. We'll put Joe right here. You know. Actually, I like that one. Sherre, center up front. That's how she.
That's
should
right.
Be, you know.
Thank you.
That's exactly what it should be. That's exactly right.
That's
That's
the rose surrounded by
right.
2 thorns. The
Patrick started something years ago at WSIC. I made a poster where I was pointing on the poster. Patrick kneeled at the poster and act like he was me, and then everybody started doing that. Patrick started that.
So that's why you do it. Now I understand. Backstory.
Right.
WSIC.
They're really making fun of me, you know, so I know that when I point. And you are listening to Local Biz Now, #1 talk business show in all of North Carolina, coming to you live from the new Burner Cigar Studio. That's right, fine premium cigars, spectacular smokers, and premium cigars. Life is good at Burners, located in Birkdale. We appreciate you going by there. Tell them that this new special attention, I just come up with this. If you go to Burners, your first cigar is on me. All you have to do is tell them Joe sent me, and your first cigar I'm going to buy. Now, they might have to call me first because I just made that up right there on the spot, right? You understand that? But you go by there, tell them Joe sent you, and that first cigar is on Joe. Thank you so much, Burners, for being a sponsor. We really do appreciate it. Okay, now, let's get to the show. Kind of like halfway to the show, because I want to ask a couple of Christmas questions before we get to the good stuff.
If it's Burners, your cigar matters.
Okay, maybe. Maybe that works.
See if the spaghetti
Keep
sticks to the
working on
wall. I'll work on it.
You know I got a master marketing person sitting next to me. You understand that, don't you?
Yes.
I don't know. I like to be called Master Operations now.
Oh,
so,
excuse me.
yeah, let's
Strategy
correct that.
maestro.
I have evolved. I have evolved.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Christmas question.
So here's a question. This is a random approved Christmas question.
Approved.
This is approved
By whom?
by the company Factotum.
Julie.
Julie.
Everybody
Yes.
needs a Julie.
Everybody needs a Julie.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 10 questions. I think I'm going to ask you. I'm going to pepper the questions throughout the show. But let me start with the question,
Sure.
okay? Patrick, you go first, because Sherre always needs time to prep. So I don't give her
Actually,
these
I
questions
don't,
first.
but that's okay.
Okay. Do you have a favorite Christmas movie character that you like?
Christmas movie character. No, not one, but I've got a bunch. Should I just rattle some off?
Do you have a favorite show, movie?
No,
that
I
you
like a
like?
bunch of them. I'm a big Christmas fan, so I like Elf, Polar Express, White Christmas, Bing Crosby, Danny Kaye. I
Really?
can't go wrong. Yeah.
Interesting.
Christmas Story. Yeah, I like a lot
My
of them.
favorite is who's the dude that gosh, Goldie Hawn. He's living with Goldie Hawn. What's his name?
Kurt Russell.
He-
Christmas Chronicles, the new
Yes.
one. Oh, that's a great movie. Yeah.
He is the
Yeah.
best. He's so believable.
He does a great job. He's the cool Santa.
He is a cool Santa.
He's a cool Santa.
So if I had
Yes.
to answer that question, that character,
Nice.
He's a cool Santa. I would
I
choose
saw that
him.
too. I agree. Great
Yeah.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a new one.
Sure, you got a character that you
Well,
like?
my favorite all-time movie is It's a Wonderful Life. I've
Oh, yeah.
always love that movie. And just the whole, it's a toss-up between George Bailey and Mr. Potter, right?
Right.
But what was cool is years later, I got the privilege of working with the Farr family with Farr Yarns and their revitalization of McAdenville, and that place is like if Mr. Potter had been a really good guy,
That's right.
that would have been the Farr family,
Right.
And I basically said that to them. I said, this is like a living, breathing, It's a Wonderful
Yeah.
Life place.
Yeah.
And but since I was a kid, loved it.
Oh, that's
loved
funny.
it. Loved
And
it.
like Clarence, the angel. You don't know about being an
Clarence, yeah.
Every time a bell rings,
right.
an angel gets his wings.
Gets
Yes,
his
I know
wings.
Clarence.
Yes.
angel. Okay, how about this? How many ugly sweaters do you actually have in your closet?
0.
You're not an ugly sweater dude.
I'm not
are
an
you?
ugly sweater because I make everything look good. So it's tough
That's
for
true.
the clothes to look bad on.
I'm kind of with you. I have like one that's just there if I have to have it, but it doesn't look that bad.
I don't really have any ugly sweater.
Yeah.
And I actually I'm conscious of this because there's always these ugly sweater parties. I need to get an ugly sweater because I don't have an ugly Christmas sweater.
Yeah, I usually just go and get one and then donate it later. Yeah.
Okay.
Smart
yeah,
move.
Yeah.
What kind of shopper are you? Black Friday, Christmas Eve, or you kind of buy stuff all year round and then kind of hoard it and wait for the right moment?
Christmas Eve, that is men's shopping day, December 24th, Christmas Eve.
It's interesting because I've changed so much now. And after Thanksgiving, I get online and I just start buying my stuff. I'm ready to go. My presents are already wrapped under the tree. I'm done as of this moment right here.
old-
Now, I used to be a Christmas Eve guy.
Old school pressure. Find out what time the mall closes. Yeah, don't even go online. Go to the mall. Go to the mall. Close at 5. I go down about 4. Okay. One, I know they're closing. And then there's not much selection left. So I am focused on what I can buy people. Boom, Christmas shopping done.
Sheree, what kind of Christmas shopper are you?
Oh, you know what? I am pretty much, I start after Thanksgiving, but I'm online everything as much as possible. But throughout the year when I'm traveling, there's cool places, there's a cool thing. I might grab something that I know because I'm all about the meaningful. But I'm
Right.
actually more about experiences than stuff. So,
Well, yeah,
you know,
you would
and
hate,
memories.
You would hate the way I shop. Like, for example, if it's from my brother, I key in the Google top gifts for a brother who's 61 years old, and it just lists them. All I got to do is click on one of them, and boom, I get it in 3
Hey,
days.
that works.
Okay. So there's something else I want to talk to you about. Now, I put this together
Yeah,
because I thought Danny was going to be here.
sure.
So I want to listen to what you think, but I'm going to ignore what Patrick says, okay? Because I thought this was going to be some
Yeah.
professional marketing people instead of somebody somehow, somewhere, for some reason, always seems to be there. You understand? Patrick Kardashian.
You lucky guy. you.
I am today, aren't I? You're right. So seriously, Julie and I send out emails every month,
Right.
Right. We got about 12,000 people that we send those out to.
Yeah.
And we've been asking ourselves and asking the Google, when is the best time to send them?
Right.
So we asked the Google, and then we asked the Terminator. You know,
Mhm.
that's the chat thing.
Sure.
This is what they come up with, and I want to get your opinion
Sure.
on it. Okay? So, and there's no right or wrong, but this is what non-experts like Julie and I are going to do this unless an expert like you tells us differently.
Sure.
Okay, so here they are. Number 1, Tuesday and Thursdays are the best days to send out emails. Do you agree with that?
Well, you know, it's interesting because for probably 10 or 15 years, I did a Monday, which is supposedly the worst day you can send out an email. But I called it a Monday motivation. And I had huge return on it because I made it relevant to it being on a Monday.
Right.
Now, then I switched to Wednesday, midday, and because I made it about branding in a Wow
So you
Wednesday.
picked the 2 days that
Yeah.
the Google says not to.
Now, what I will say is a lot of, but again, it's all about how you pump it up and get, and with my Wednesdays, I get 30-some% readership, which is very high.
Okay.
Okay.
So
but
whoa.
Tuesday and Thursday is what they usually a lot recommend. I'm just going to tell you what my experience is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got another one.
Yeah.
Time of day. They're suggesting it should be around 10 a.m. or early afternoon around 2.
I would. Okay.
So timing matters.
Timing does matter, and I typically recommend like a 10 a.m. However, you also need to know who your market is. Like for instance, if and again with your market, it depends on the types of businesses.
Yeah, because I'm B2B.
Right. Okay, you're B2B. But like let's say it's like a manufacturing or construction group. Okay, and these people get started at 7 in the morning, 7 or 8 in the morning. They're out in the field. They're not So you also have to think about who you're marketing to. Sometimes with some markets, 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. is when you want to send it out because you want them to get it before.
Right.
Okay. With others, it actually can be beneficial, but this is where you have to know your market to actually do it towards the end of the day. Like, it's interesting.
Well, because some people check their email at the beginning
There
of the day.
you go.
Some people check at the
There
end
you
of the day.
go. Yeah. So, there's not an ironclad answer. You need to know your market. You really, really do. And you also need to prep your market, position
Patrick,
it.
do you have an opinion on
I'd
this?
love to know what Patrick
And
thinks.
No, I don't really care, but
I like other opinions.
okay,
That's how you validate
all
what
right,
works
Patrick.
and doesn't work.
Okay, Patrick, go ahead. I'm warning you now. She's an expert. You say something that ain't accurate, she gonna check you on it.
Watch this. Watch this.
Okay.
I agree with Sherre.
Oh,
She
Sherre,
just said,
Sherre, you
know
see
your
the skill
market.
set?
Yeah.
Know your audience. No, I do actually have
okay.
an opinion, and it get piggybacked just what you said.
Right.
Know your audience, and that. I was thinking that in my head because of what I do.
Right.
A lot of what I do, public speaking, Waves Entertainment, and the sponsorship and sales search for that. Some of the people I talk to, they're Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. That's when I get that type of business done. A lot of times what we do in the entertainment world or public speaking, concerts, festivals, that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're on the road, we're on the site, we're on stage, we're managing bands and entertainment. That's when you get a hold of people. And a lot of times Monday is very dead because we've been working 24 hours a day for all the week. So it does, to Sherre's point of the construction workers, different market. Some people are in the office 9 to 5, so know who you're sending it to.
Construction,
and the
they're
other
done by
thing
3.
too, if you're looking at a mailing list that's across the country, okay, think about time zones. 10 a.m. Eastern time is 7 a.m. Pacific time. So then it would be advisable to segment your list. So if you really want everyone to get it at the time you intend, then you segment it so that everyone's getting it at the time you intend.
Oh, you just taught Julie something.
Yeah.
Because I bet she hadn't been doing that. Now, she has segmented, but only because it's easier to send out.
Sure.
Not because of the timing going out.
Right.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bet she knew that. Watch the chat. I bet she corrects you on that, Joseph.
Okay.
I'll bet.
First of all, we'll find out what Julie said. Second of all, I want you to know Julie said Charlie Brown is her person that she thinks of.
Oh, I
back
love
on the
it.
Christmas
That
credit.
is a heartwarming show.
So what I want everybody else to hear who's listening is Sherre knows best because Sherre must have said 10 times consider the audience, and that is the number one. That was the last thing on the Google.
Mm-hmm.
So Sherre knows more than Google. I just want you to know Sherre is the Google. When you're asking questions, that's where this information is coming from. Sherre, thank you. I thought it was interesting. I know a lot of our business people are sending a lot of emails out.
A lot of people want to know the answer to that question.
Let's take a break. When we come back, you've got an article that we're going to talk about, and we're going to ignore Patrick in the process. You are listening to Local Biz Now. I'm here with Sherre DeMao. We'll be right back.
There's more Local Biz Now.
So you talked, I didn't
Joe
get a chance to say your
Vecchione
name.
On the way.
Because you interrupted.
1059.
I wish you'd stop interrupting me when I'm trying to talk over you. I really wish you'd stop
You
that.
told me out there. Interrupt you.
I heard it. I heard it
Yeah,
explicitly.
Who listens to me, Sherre? I mean, I don't expect him to actually listen to me.
Well, if we paid for the data, we'd know who was listening to you.
We good?
And now for a look at your weather forecast from
Okay.
WSIC Weather Center.
Now, Joey's saying that Tuesday morning and Wednesday and Thursday afternoon, never Monday and Friday.
I would agree.
That's what Julie's saying.
Yeah. I mean, the
So,
fact.
Julie, I'm curious, have you thought about what Sherre said, which is like the people we send to in Michigan, are they about an hour difference or something like
No,
that?
Michigan should still be.
So, you know
Yeah,
what?
it's
We
Eastern.
probably don't have that problem.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
we-
it's
most of
only
us
if
East
you're-
Coast,
yeah.
like California,
Yeah,
Texas.
you got Central Time, you got Mountain Time, and you got Pacific Time. So it only matters if we are going across the country. But a lot of people don't think about that. So
No, I never thought about it.
Deal in the nation. I-77 exit 28, LakeNormanChrysler.com.
Senator
what?
Tom Tillis is harnessing the power of clean energy.
You need to stop
create
sucking
a
up to these
stronger
women such as
America.
you are.
Gee,
Building a
Julie,
clean
that's
energy
good.
economy will create high-wage American
I mean, really,
manufacturing.
I agree with Sherre.
Yeah.
And
Your
she's a
answer is
Google
I
expert.
agree with Sherre. Really?
Right, yeah.
Thrive and
I'll be honest
thrive.
with you, you got about 90% chance of being right if you said
You teed me up. You're trying to set me up. You're trying to set me up. You tried. And
I did try. You're right. You
That's
got
right.
me.
Understands that clean
See what I
energy
mean?
is vital
Sherre,
to
he's like a
America's
Kardashian.
economic
He
and
just
national
Want to try
security.
again?
knows
To become
nothing,
energy independent,
says nothing,
America
but for
needs
some
an
reason,
all of the
he's always
above
right there.
energy strategy. Wind,
Okay, when we
solar,
come
and
back,
homegrown biofuels
we're gonna fire it
can help
up,
break our
Wilton.
dependence on foreign
wasn't it
energy,
about
create a
who you know
permanent
and not what you know
economy,
anyway?
protect our environment for generations to come.
Obviously.
America can lead the world.
That's
in
what they
clean
say.
energy
I know.
innovation.
No, I
Joe
think it's a
Wagner.
little of both.
I'm a close personal friend.
Seriously, anything
Wagner.
anybody you want to know that's got to do with entertainment, that's the man
That's
right
incredible.
there.
Yeah.
By Americans for a balanced
Incredible.
budget.
The 12
Well, you
Days of
wouldn't
Christmas
associate with
giveaway
scum,
is
so.
officially underway.
Well, maybe
But
you would.
can still get in on all the
I
holly
am in-
jolly happenings by registering at WSICnews.com/holiday. Gifts for him, gifts for her, gifts for the kids, gifts for me.
Hey, Dave, you're not eligible to win?
What? Dang it. Well, that's more for everyone else. Register now at WSICnews.com/holiday. Merry Christmas from WSIC. Your home for the holidays. WSIC.
Call now to speak with Joe Vagnone at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Local Biz Now on WSIC.
Local Biz Now, where your business matters. You are listening to the number one talk business show in all of North Carolina. We've been doing this for 10 years strong. We have well over 875 small business owners and community leaders that we have interviewed. We have well over 575 videos of people we have interviewed and a bunch of great stuff on our YouTube channel. Please go to Joe Vagnone, business broker, and subscribe. There's a lot of stuff in there. We would appreciate it. We are also live on the book, live on the tubes, live on the twits. You can get us one way, somewhere, somehow. We'd be more than happy to. Wilton, what are you talking about? We twit? Don't we twit? Yeah, see, Wilton said, yeah, we twit. Yeah, X. We X. Okay, we out there.
I'm rarely speechless,
Listen.
but someday you do it.
I don't know what Wilton did, but I got 2 emails today from people saying they saw me on some kind of Apple podcast.
It's Monday.
Or
You
something.
should not have gotten any emails. We just covered that.
No, they were trying to communicate directly with Joe. You understand? So Wilton's doing something on some kind of podcast or something with this show because people are emailing me. I don't even know what they're talking about.
We are live.
How they heard me.
We are live on Facebook. We are live on Twitter/X. We are live on LinkedIn, and we are live on YouTube, all WSIC platforms.
And Wilton got me on some kind of podcast thing on the Apple or something because they're emailing me.
That's great.
That's awesome. What are you complaining
I don't
about?
even know what that is.
Be happy.
Okay, I won't be happy. Happy. Wilton, fire it up.
Hey there, it's Josh Johnson, and as a firefighter, I know how to keep cool under pressure. But when it's time to unwind, I head to Burner Cigar. Fire up your chill time with our hand-picked selection because we all need a moment to enjoy life.
Burners, cigars. Listen, I just came up with a spectacular offer. Go to Burner Cigars in Birkdale. Tell them that Joe sent you and your first cigar is on me. Go there and do that. I promise you, you won't be sorry. They're just a great group of people out there at Burners. They're on the backside Same parking lot as Dick's Sporting Goods, Burner Cigars. They've been around. They've been around longer than I've been doing this show. That I know for sure because I've been smoking there way before I started this show, which means they've been doing this show. They've been doing the Burners thing over 12, 13 years now. So go buy Burners, check them out, tell them Joe sent you, and your first cigar is on me. Thank you so much, Burners, for being a sponsor. We really do appreciate it. Okay, now, my co-host for the entire day, painfully, is the Kardashian of Lake Norman, Patrick Reynolds. Patrick, my friend, thank you. You know, people know me well know that if I pick on you, it's because I just absolutely adore you.
Yep.
You know that, buddy.
I know that. I hope all the audience knows that.
Well, that's what Julie just sent me. She's on the book, and she said, hey, lighten up on Patrick now. People are thinking you're serious.
Remind the audience you guys
That's right.
like each other.
Yeah,
We're friends.
exactly.
We're friends.
Exactly.
All right. I might hit you a little hard.
No,
Okay,
I could take it.
Okay,
Bring
okay,
it. Bring
okay.
it. Come on.
So remind everybody what it is you actually do, because I was actually telling Sherre on the break before I told her you did nothing, know nothing, see nothing, and are nothing. That you're entertaining guru, master of all things. So remind people of that.
Yes, I'm on stage. People may know my voice more than my face around the Lake Norman, Charlotte area. A public speaker, motivational speaker, a little bit of a business coach, and most of all, MC and host of many festivals and concerts around the area. People will know my voice from Langtree Live in Mooresville, the Taba Walks and Second Friday Street Festivals in Cornelius, Birkdale Village's stage sometimes, the concert series in Ballantyne, Statesville. I've introduced a lot of bands and a lot of stages around
And
the
that's
world.
what I was telling Sherre. You know a lot of the entertainment people in the area.
Very much, yeah.
And there's such a robust live music here that people,
amazing,
once they find out about it, they're blown away.
The
Absolutely
talent level
blown away.
around North Charlotte,
We
Lake
are
Norman
so
is outstanding.
fortunate.
Yeah, amateurs that are actually playing for tips. You know, they're as good as anybody that has is on the radio or has a podcast. They're excellent. The talent pool here is great.
Okay, so I'm sorry if I hit you a little too hard. Okay?
No, I'm fine. I'm
Mr.
fine.
Kardashian, I apologize.
You heckler, you're just heckling him. You know, it's the entertainment thing you do, right?
You have my insincere apology. Okay, okay.
You wouldn't really heckle me.
Sherre.
Yes.
You brought something that you want to talk about today, correct?
I do.
Okay, so what is that you would like to educate us about today?
Okay, so you say to bring an article, and I'm very proud to say that I'm now a thought leader for Forbes, and so I did the article, five keys to getting everyone in the company to embrace company goals.
So let me be clear.
Yes.
Just so everybody is listening, normally I have the co-host bring an article from the Google. Sherre is the Google. Okay, all right. So what did you write?
Well, the reason that I brought this, we're at the end of the year, right? And for probably over 20 years of working with clients across the country, I've always had a problem with the 1980s brought to us live and in person to corporate America SMART goals. And anyone in the business world knows what it stands for. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic or relevant, or timely with a deadline. And my first issue with it is, when you're working with entrepreneurs, we wouldn't have the Apple today. We wouldn't have a lot of the amazing things that we've gotten from entrepreneurial companies if they just stuck to realistic and attainable.
That is a fair, true
is that
statement.
Not the truth?
Absolutely.
Okay, and then you get
some of my biggest success. I absolutely started having not one person think it was going to
absolutely
work.
So that's number one issue that I had. And then so you got the attainable and the realistic part, and then you've got measurable and timely. Well, isn't that being specific? So they've wasted 2 slots on specific as well.
Yeah,
so,
but they were trying to make it sound cute
well,
and everything.
it just doesn't work.
Okay.
and darn.
Which is why most of us small business people hate doing that kind of planning stuff.
Well, but here's the really big thing, okay? Ever since COVID and the whole aspect of quiet quitting and great resignation has hit businesses hard, right? The biggest problem with the previous SMART and why I propose SMARTer, which is what I put in this article, is that it's all focused on the goal and not the people achieving the goal. It's all focused on the goal and not the people achieving the goal. I want to repeat that. And if you want people to, and then like I go across the country and I'm speaking to emerging leaders across the country, and I ask them, how many of you have a goal that's been dictated to you by the company? Well, okay, business owners, you have goals for your company. Anyone that's working for your company, you are basically dictating goals to your people if you have goals for your company. All right. So 70 to 100% will say yes. And then I'll ask, oh, how excited are you to reach that goal? Well, not very, or it's just a part of my job. Well, that's not real awe-inspiring.
I'm excited so I don't get fired.
Yeah. That's not real awe-inspiring, right? So what I've done is I've worked with companies to understand that it's not about goal setting as much as it's about goal getting. And if you want to get the goals achieved, if you want to get the goals achieved, then that I do believe in specific. The more specific, the more clear. That's clarity. That gives people clarity on what they are trying to achieve. But then the M should be about what makes it meaningful to the company and to the person that is charged with a portion of that goal being achieved. How can it be meaningful for them and not just for the company, right? Then the A is about action inspired. Okay. Now, a lot of people have goals.
Whoa. You're going too fast.
Okay.
Let's start from the beginning here.
Okay.
Because I read your article.
Yeah.
You gave me a sneak preview.
Sure.
I had to read it twice because you just bother me with your big smart head. I mean, you got to start. There's people like me in the world. They got to read your stuff 3 times before they get it, right? But the one thing that was clear to me. Mm-hmm. Is that I want to make this as collaborative as possible.
Yes.
And this process is doing that.
Yeah.
So let's go through that. So you small business people out there listening, or any of you out there that want to try and set a personal goal, this is a great way to do this.
Absolutely.
So number 1 is specific.
Specific. And then what's important is an example I give as a business owner and then as an individual. A good example I see all the time that business owners have is I want to grow 20% or 25%. Well, what does that 20 or 25% look like? I worked with an engineering firm where we looked at that. Well, then you got to look at, this was a soil testing and construction monitoring firm. Okay, what does that mean in lab equipment? What does that mean in project managers? What does that mean in location? What does that mean in...
Or specific type of sales.
So then
might be different divisions, different numbers.
Different percentages for different markets, right?
Okay.
So then all of a sudden you have all of these like mini goals, or what you want to call, that turn into driving objectives for how you reach them.
The next thing is meaningful.
Meaningful means that everyone feels like they're going to, that it's going to be purposeful. All right.
And that's where the specifics come in. When you get to the department heads, you ask them what they think.
Yeah.
Then you can bring that. That's where this collaborative starts.
I took a heavy construction group through this whole specifics, specific, meaningful, action inspired, rewarding, and time well spent. And they were having a hard time with what's called getting supervisors to fill out paperwork necessary from an OSHA perspective, okay, high compliance stuff. Once we got everyone together and we said, okay, what would make filling out this paperwork more meaningful and rewarding and time well spent? Well, once it came down to lives being saved, avoiding accidents, all of a sudden, people were much more inclined to want to fill out that paperwork.
Because it was meaningful.
Yes. It's amazing how that works.
See how she got a big head? See how that works?
Big
Patrick,
head.
you get that?
No, I don't. I don't see a big head on her at all. I see beauty and intelligence across the table from this.
No big head here.
The big head meaningful. I didn't mean her big head.
The host of the show.
I was just going to say that. The only big head I see is right next to me.
Wait a minute, Patrick. You got number 1 turning on me.
You see how I did that?
Let's take a break and we'll come back.
Your business matters.
Yeah.
There you go.
We'll be right back.
Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnon. We'll return after this short break on the new...
Well, one thing I really want to emphasize is that action inspired and getting everyone identifying action, because too often action's dictated. And if people can be involved in deciding what the actions
Well,
are.
when I was reading this,
So the collaborative is extremely
there's like
important.
3 or 4 times that you have to have communication with your people to get them to all agree before you can actually get to this goal that's meaningful. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what was tricky for me, right? So it's almost as if you have to do a little bit, then go back again as a group. So each group does this on their own, and then the group as a whole gets back together again and puts all these pieces together. That's what seemed kind of interesting to me. If you want to make it meaningful so that everybody is on board, and because that's what touched me on this. I absolutely agree with you. I can remember setting goals, and I was the one told you, you're going to get 5% next year. You know, I mean, I was that guy, right? Like, I need 5%.
Right. Well, what does that look like?
Right. Yeah. And then they would say, yeah, okay. And now I'm reading this, realizing they had no intention of getting me that 5% no matter what. And so this, that's why I like this, because it gives a business person this sort of strategic plan on exactly how to get there.
Well, and also people like to be challenged, and so get them involved.
Or allow them to challenge themselves.
There
I think we
go.
can do 7% if we can do this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Attainable part of it. However, goals.
Oh, they don't set limits, set goals. That's what I always say. Don't set limits, set goals.
Right, a goal.
Yeah.
Like that.
It should push you a little bit.
It should be beyond attainable, but beyond your comfort, that envelope that you've ever gone before.
Agreed.
Okay, we come back. We're going to have about 9 minutes, Wilton. He don't know because he can't add. Wilton can't add.
We won't be warming up too much today, but we will have sunny skies. That afternoon high is going to be up at 48 degrees, with wind gusts getting as high as 20 miles per hour. Heading into the evening,
walking in that door.
We'll have clear skies.
Patrick says you can only hope.
And then we can run the show.
I'm obviously free Mondays at 4, so.
Revitalize your
I've got the point down, so you know.
Hassle-free
have the point down.
Drum Landscape Supply's swift and reliable delivery service. Visit drumlandscapesupply.com today. Drum Landscape Supply. Your local one-stop landscape shop.
Okay, so we got 3 more when we get back.
Jingling around your hometown on WSIC.
Local Biz Now continues with local entrepreneur Joe Vagnone on WSIC.
Local Biz Now, where your business matters. You are listening to the #1 talk business show live from Burner Cigar Studios. Premium cigars, premium cigar smokers, premium cigars, great people. What else can you ask for at Burner Cigars, located in Birkdale Village? You go by there and tell them Joe sent you, and your first cigar is on me. You are listening to 105.9 FM, 100.7 FM, 1400 AM. I am Joe Vagnone, and this is Local Biz Now. I'm here with Sherre DeMao. We are going over the specifics that she's giving us to help us achieve our goals for next year. I'm also here with my friend and fun, enjoyable partner to pick on, Patrick, the Kardashian of Lake Norman. Reynolds knows no one, sees nothing, is nothing, says nothing, has nothing, builds nothing, but everybody wants to be Patrick. Patrick, thank you for being here, buddy.
Yeah, here I am. Back again that you've invited me to the studio.
2 co-hosts ago. First I had Danny Decker, then I had Jim Vogel. Both of them are sick. Let's pray for them. And now Patrick sits in the seat as the master that he is, always there to swoop in at the last moment.
Yeah, I wish Danny and Jim a speedy recovery, but, I had to do what I had to do to get back on the show. You know what I'm saying? So, just a little something.
So, Sherre.
Yes.
The article in which you wrote at the Google for Forbes, 5 keys to everyone embracing goal setting. The title is perfect. Because when I read it, it really was about everybody embracing a goal, a vision to move forward. So
Absolutely.
we've already gotten through specifics. We already got through meaningful, and now what's the third one?
The next one is action inspired. And what I want to emphasize here is it's too often business owners set goals, want their people to help them achieve these goals, but it's all about telling versus compelling. All right. And you hired these people for a reason. Why not get them engaged in some of the action necessary to help achieve that goal? They're going to own it more if they have a say in the action that's involved. And they may have better ideas than you, by the way. You know, it's really important to help people feel valued. Okay. You know, what people complain about all the time is not feeling valued.
We don't have all day.
Right.
But can you tell me a little bit about how to do that? Because this is not easy.
Actually, I think it's very easy. It's
Okay.
it's all about communication.
Patrick's smiling because
Yeah,
you
of
just made
course.
me look bad. You understand? Patrick enjoyed that, Sherre, that you smacked me on the back of your head. Because to me, this sounds very hard. Walk me through this.
It's not, because after you have identified how these goals can be meaningful for each individual, and oh, by the way, meaningful also entails how it might be meaningful for them outside work, not just inside. Okay? So then it becomes more meaningful. Then people are going to be more open and willing to come up with ideas to help achieve the goal, because they're not going to have this attitude, well, I got to do it, but I'm not real excited about it. They're actually going to be more excited about it. And so as a result, you just pull the team together and say, here's a goal. You know, we now know that's meaningful for everybody here and why. Okay, so what are some ideas on what some actions we can take? Let's list these actions down, and then let's take ownership in some of these actions, and let's rock and roll with it.
And I want people to hear this. This is great for family members to sit down. You know, people laugh at me, but I have family meetings all the time and talk about this kind of stuff. Like I've been teaching my son how to look for and plan for the future. And if he doesn't see how to do that, so this can be used in a family setting.
It can be used in any setting. Absolutely.
Okay. So we got specific, meaningful, action. What's the next one?
Rewarding. Okay, so that's different.
Oh, that's what Julie likes, the reward.
The rewarding. So what will make it rewarding? And it's not just financial reward. It's also, it can be anything from, like, going back to the safety. It was rewarding to the safety people in the
knowing
heavy
that no
construction.
coworker got hurt.
Yeah, and also that the company ended up winning a national safety award. Talk about pride. Rewarding because people want to stay and work, so there's not turnover. There's so many things that can come into rewarding, but you have to, again, it's going to be rewarding in different ways for different people. So know what that is, and then you can really build off of it.
You know, I have always been a strong person on this one here. Obviously I push it to the limit, but Joe's the best and the biggest and the brightest. And, this was a number one show way before it was a number one show, right? You know what I mean? And it's because people want to be involved with things that are doing well and are positive. And so I get this one. I absolutely get this one.
Well, and the other aspect of rewarding, especially with the younger workforce, is they want a place they can be proud to work at that is doing and making a difference in a multitude of ways. So you got to expand what rewarding means on many, many levels, because, again, it's going to be different for different people.
Okay. You want to add anything to this? You want to stay at it? And if you say you agree with Sherre, I'm kicking you out.
That's all it takes. She just said a statement. I'll cut it out of her sentence, and the word she used was "make a difference." And I think when you ask most people, younger, older, what did you want out of your job? What did you want out of your life? And you look back on it, people have that mentality. I wanted to make a difference.
Absolutely.
It wasn't houses, boats, yachts, cars, all this stuff and fame and fortune. It wasn't that. Is it real deep down in their soul? They wanted to make a difference. And if you reduce that to like the day-to-day operations of a business, whether it be in an office or out in the field or whatever, hey, you're part of this company. You're making a difference. I think that inspires people to follow what Sherre is writing about.
Yeah, you saying that reminds me years ago when Julie first started working for me, we were working on something and she said, "You don't really care about that commission at all, do you?" No, I care more that we're doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
right,
I mean,
right.
there's a lot of people like me in this world that want to do a good job. I mean, we want to be paid for it, but that's not number one.
No.
Number one is do a good job.
I'll admit that's part of what I do, being on stage in front of an audience.
You
I
and
get a
we
rush.
get drive
I'm
by
sure you
doing
do.
good.
It
I'm
is.
sure you
I want to
do.
do a good job. The audience has come out to whatever concert or event I'm a part of. They've given their time. They've given their money. I want to give them
that's
a good show.
valuable.
They
Yeah.
want to walk away from that. It was worth their while to
Sure.
come see that. I wanted to make a difference in their
Right.
lives and give them something cool.
Mhm.
You know, the money and the paycheck. All
Right.
right, we'll figure that out later. It's
Right.
coming, whatever. But it's like when you're on stage or in the moment, or when you have a client, Sherre, or you, Joe, or Julie, you want to make the difference in the
Yep.
moment. That's the important
Absolutely.
thing.
And I would tell you that's probably one of the number one drivers for small business people overall. They really do want to do something.
Absolutely.
And so the younger generation is just sort of tweaking that a little bit. You know what I mean? And it's not so personal. It's more of a worldly thing. Do
Right,
good
right,
for everyone.
right.
Yeah. Okay. What's the last one?
The last one is time well spent. Now, think about anything, and this gets at prioritizing. Okay. So if you believe something's time well spent, you make it a priority, right? If you don't think it's time well spent, then it just keeps getting pushed back. And I think that's the key. When you have the meaningful, the engagement and action and the rewarding all in alignment, everyone's going to think it's time well spent. They're going to make that a priority in their workday. You know, goals should be attained, and there should be something done on a daily basis, somewhere, somehow, for goals you really want to achieve. And if you believe time is well spent, then you're going to make that a priority. So it's kind of a no-brainer, but it's amazing how often it's not understood.
5 keys to everyone embracing goal setting: specifics, meaningful, action, rewarding, time well spent.
And then it ends up with what I call ER, because I call it SMARTER is the acronym. And ER means you're going to get exponential results. So, and it really has proven itself time and time again. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I was very excited that Forbes liked it and wanted to share it.
And if you want to get this information again, you can go to Joe Vagnone YouTube channel and subscribe. And I promise you, Julie will see this as a priority and put Sherre's message on there, and you'll be able to pick it up there. Okay, we've got a few more minutes. I want to continue with the proven random Christmas questions by my company factotum, Julie.
Yes.
Because
your business matters.
Everybody needs a Julie.
Exactly.
Okay.
See, you try to one-up me, but good luck to you.
Sherre, I hate him. I just hate him.
And by hate, he means love.
I know he does.
Okay.
Hurry up. We're coming up on a break.
Name one decoration item you hate to put up at Christmas.
I have none that I hate to put up.
You love Christmas.
I absolutely adore Christmas. Yeah.
Got one, Patrick?
I agree with Sherre. I have none
We're
that I
gonna
hate.
end the show with you agreeing with Sherre.
I'm a Christmas guy, and I'll say this: Christmas music. It's never too early. If you like a certain
What's your
style
best
of
song?
music-
What's your favorite song?
White Christmas, Bing Crosby.
Sherre?
Oh, I like Do You Hear What I Hear?
Really?
Yeah.
I like Rock Around the House.
Rock around the
I
house.
actually love the Bing Crosby
Rock
and
Around the
David Bowie combination of
Oh,
Do
do
You
you?
Hear What
Oh,
I
yeah.
Hear and the drummer boy. Ah,
Mhm.
my favorite all time. Yeah.
What, the Rock Around the...
Are you thinking Up on the Housetop?
No, the Rock Around the something.
No.
Easy with the specifics there, man.
I don't know the name of the girl that did this song, but I like it.
Well,
Okay.
Rocking around
Yeah.
the Christmas
Yeah,
tree.
yeah,
A happy
oh,
holiday.
what's that
many
called?
many people have covered that, so it depends on your.
Okay, is that not Rock Around? It's not Rock...
Probably the Brenda Lee version is the one
Okay.
that you're thinking of.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing.
Oh, okay. I didn't have a pacificness onto this. I meant the song itself.
That was in her smart article.
All right, we gotta go.
Specific
We gotta
and
go.
measurable.
Happy
right.
holidays for everybody. Thank you for joining us. You are listening to Local Biz Now, and if it is WSIC, say it, say it, say it.
Your business matters.
Yeah, have a good holiday.